Hello, I am so excited to be here. My name's Heather Archer. And before we get into the formal presentation, I always like to ask my audiences just a couple quick questions, get a feel for them. Go ahead and raise your hand if in the last year or maybe during your last annual performance review, if you received the raise, promotion, increased responsibility that you feel you deserve. Okay, not so many hands go up. Let me try again. I have a second question. How many of you feel that you do not get the acknowledgement that you deserve for the work that you do? Yeah, okay, still no hands. Have no fear, unfortunately this is pretty typical, so I have a third question. I think a lot of hands will go up on this one. How many of you feel as though your work day to day, a lot of it is overlooked? Yeah, okay. And like I said, I ask this question frequently, and that's pretty typical of the response that I get, which is great, because that's what we're going to talk about today. So the underlying, the foundation of what we need to know is that not all work is created equal. We can actually put work into two categories. We have the promotable tasks. These are the things that are in your job description. These are the things that get you the praise and promotion that you deserve. The other hand, the other category, these are non-promotable tasks. These are the tasks where you're helping out a coworker, you're taking on additional responsibility, you're doing the little things throughout the day that aren't part of your job. The problem, this is praise and promotion, this is invisible. People don't see it. They don't realize that it's even happening. So I created a program called the Promotion Equation to help solve this. The foundation for the promotion equation is simply spend your time doing the job you were hired for. Spend your time in this category, not this category. Unfortunately, it's not that easy. If it was, I wouldn't be here. We wouldn't have gathered to have this conversation. We struggle to do the promotable tasks because our non-promotable tasks get in the way. So let's talk about that. So here's the actual equation portion of the promotion equation. Ask plus pause equals answer. But I want to talk about answer for just a second. This is great for marketing. This is great to help you remember. But answer, I don't just want you to give an answer. We're already doing that. What I want you to do is to transition to giving an intentional answer. And even more specifically than that, I want you to get in the habit of giving the right answer for you right now. Which means somebody could have asked you to do something yesterday and your answer was yes, sure, I can do that. They asked you today, the answer is no, I cannot do that. They ask you tomorrow, I don't know what the answer is going to be because I don't know what tomorrow's going to look like. An intentional answer for you. So let's dive into asking for just a moment. Here's the unfortunate thing, and we all know this. People are going to ask. It's human nature. There are always tasks that we don't want to do, so we're going to try to find somebody else to do them. I don't have a magic bullet to eliminate this entirely, but I will in just a minute share something with you. Will drastically reduce the number of asks. But let's finish this thought. People are going to ask, but that doesn't mean you have to do. You are under no obligation, no requirement to do just because somebody asks. What I'd like you to do is to start thinking throughout your day as what you need to do, the promotional tasks and the non-promotional tasks. Think of them as a scale, and that scale is always in motion. Your goal is to have it look like this. Lots of promotable work, not so much non-promotable work. A balance is better. This, not helping. And every task, every time somebody asks you to do something, puts that scale in motion. So, when somebody comes to you, there are 3 red flags that let you know they are about to ask you to do a non-promotable task. The first one, flattery. Last month when you gave that project update presentation to the executive board, that was amazing. I've never seen such a great presentation. I guarantee you, the next thing out of their mouth is, could you do this month's? Guilt. Oh, I know you're super busy and you probably don't have time and you know, what I need help with is just so beneath you. Yep, next thing, they're gonna ask you to do something. Third one, the panic or the time crunch. This one, they come rushing up to you. Oh my gosh, I have this meeting tomorrow and I've got all these things I gotta do and I can't fail, and rah, 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 rah. Yep, they want you down here in the panic with them. They do not want you up here thinking to yourself, I'm not even attending that meeting. Why am I helping you? These 3 red flags will help. But here's the thing that I promise you that will, over time, drastically reduce the number of times you get asked to help. So why do we get asked? We get asked simply because we say yes. We say yes over and over again. We become the easy yes person. So when a human being has a task they don't want to do, they're going to look through their entire team or group or crowd or whatever it is, and they're going to find that person that always says yes, and guess what? That's who they're going to ask. So how do we break this cycle? We start by breaking the cycle with you individually, learning to pause. Somebody asks you something, you intentionally build in a pause. 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 8, 10 seconds. It's outrageous, I know. But there is power in a pause. And the power rests with you, not with them. So in this particular situation, there are 4 benefits to pausing. The first one is it breaks that yes habit. If you're the person who, as soon as it looks like somebody's going to ask you for help, you're already jumping in with a yes, this is going to stop you and break that habit. You could still say yes, but you're going to do it after thinking about it, not by default. Second one is it gives you the space to be intentional. No, that doesn't actually serve me. I'm going to decline this one, but I'll try to find a way to help them next week if I need to balance that. Allows you to think of questions. Sometimes things come in and they're presented in such a simple way that you have no idea actually how big the ask is. But if you can take a moment and go, wait a minute, I have some questions I need answered before I decide, super powerful. And the last one, it lets you decide if you just need a bigger pause. Maybe instead of answering right now in the moment, you're going to need to think about that for a couple days. You can build that in. So in order to do this, we need a pause mantra. We need something for ourselves that we can repeat in our own head to fill that silence. Right? Let me give you a couple samples. Shh. Wait for it. Wait for it. This is for those of us who jump in and say yes before the person's even finished speaking. It even smells or thinks or hints of being asked, and we're all over it. So for them, this is useful. I will achieve great things through small steps. This is one of them. And the third one, this is one of my particular favorites, feeling awkward, doing it anyway. This is just sort of acknowledging for yourself in that moment, yep, feeling awkward, not speaking, but I will survive. All right, so we know people are gonna ask, we're gonna work on building in that pause, so now we get to answering. And remembering, this is the right answer for you right now. You can say yes whenever you want, for whatever reason. But remember, it's a constant balancing act. The more times you say yes to a non-promotable task, the less you can say yes to a promotable task. You say yes to a coworker, I'd like to help you with that after-hours event, means no to a friend, I can't go to dinner with you. Yes to a non-team member means no to a team member. Yes, I'd love to help you with that activity Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Guess what? It means you're not sleeping in Saturday morning. It's a constant balance. So when you do decide to say no, I like to think of this in my own head. I frame this as, I am diplomatically declining your invitation. It helps me not get tense, and it helps me realize that I am in control. It was just an invitation. It wasn't a requirement. So how then do you diplomatically decline? First, be clear, be simple, be direct. Look something like this. No, thank you for asking. Then, second step, very important, stop that particular conversation. If you allow conversational space, that asker, especially if they're used to you being an easy yes person, that asker is going to see if they can't get you to change your mind. You don't want to let them change your mind. Your answer was specific and it was firm. So that would sound something like, no, thank you for asking. It sounds like you're busy, so I'm going to let you get back to that. And then you walk away. Or no, thank you for asking. What did you think of the meeting this morning? I was a little bit curious. It was a budget meeting and we never actually talked about the budget. Doesn't matter what the conversation is. What you're basically saying is, I've given you my answer and now we're moving on. Third, if you're uncomfortable doing this in person, face-to-face, move this to some sort of written communication, text, email, Slack channel, whatever it is. And in that particular case, you'd say, well, let me think about that one for a minute and I'll get back to you. Get back to your desk, figure out your answer, type it in, hit send. So sample diplomatic declines. No, I cannot help you at this time. Doesn't talk about the future, doesn't talk about the past. Right now, I cannot. That task is now owned by fill in the blank. I'd love to connect you. Look at me, I'm being helpful, but I'm not actually doing what you need me to do. I can introduce you to so-and-so. I found them helpful in the past. Variety of different ways you can decline. The promotion equation. People are going to ask, make pausing a habit, be intentional about your answer, whatever you choose for it to be. We are each given the same 24 hours in our day. The more intentional you are about how you use those 24 hours, the greater control you'll have over your life, the more success you'll have, the better your health, the better your experience. I know you have a choice on how you spend your time. And your spending your time here with me today is a gift that you have given me. And for that I say,